If you take your kids to public libraries, you need to watch this. Your kids are in danger and I'm going to tell you why. But first, if your kids are under 13, the content in this video is not suitable for them. If they're teenagers, watch it without them first and then decide whether they should see it. Okay, now that your kids are out of the room, I'm going to tell you a story. Once upon a time, long ago, libraries were safe places. Parents didn't have to worry about their kids finding anything more offensive than National Geographic pics of half-naked natives in some faraway land. Children could browse and read books that were written to entertain them. Remember The Incredible Journey or The Mouse on the Motorcycle? Older kids read books like Fahrenheit 451 or 1984. These authors warned against letting government control people's thoughts and speech. Now I'm warning you, homeschool mums, watch what your children are reading. But why am I so passionate about this topic? It goes back to when I was just a little girl. I really loved the library. My mum used to take me there and let me browse through rows of books all by myself. She thought I was safe. The public library, after all, would never hurt a child. I used to flip through books that caught my interest. It was like Christmas, opening each book, seeing what I would find inside. But when I was only 9 years old, a book on positions caught my eye. No child should ever see what was on those pages. I wish my mum was there to protect me. Those images are burned on my brain forever. Once your kids see something, they can never unsee it. My mum assumed libraries were safe places for kids, but now libraries are much worse than they were when I was 9 years old. So stick around and see what I found in my own local public library. Be prepared to be shocked as I show you what they found for children in the children's section of the library. Let's start with what you see when you first walk in, like a rainbow flag prominently displayed for all to see. The flag itself won't hurt your kids, but what it represents, well, like a table full of books with a sign that says not for parents. And what are some of the books on this table, you ask? Good question. How about a book showing a little girl tucking her two daddies into bed? Aww. And her parents are both men. Really? Or a cartoon person with male and female traits, along with the word equality on the cover of another. A book teaching young boys about, let's just say, avoiding girlfriends. And we wouldn't want kids to think two men can't procreate. So there's a book with two men, arm around each other, walking on a rainbow and a toddler beside them, holding a sign with a red heart. Follow that up with a Pride history book, showing crowds of peaceful looking happy families, mums and dads, mums and mums, dads and dads, mixed together so your kids think it's all normal. Just in case you aren't convinced yet, let's talk about all the books adorned with men dressed in women's clothes, rainbows and titles like Who is Your Real Mum? Or the books about how a sister can suddenly morph into a brother. Totally natural, happens all the time. But wait, it's not just limited to sexual content. There's a book called Who's Who in the Bible. Everything you need to know about the Old and New Testaments by the evolutionists at, wait for it, National Geographic. Now that's a Bible commentary you can trust. Or better yet, the Illustrated Guide to Evolution. Ever see an actual photograph of a Cro-Magnon man? I didn't think so. There are also books on global warming and saving the whales. Books on just about everything, as long as it has nothing to do with God or Christian values. I mean, nothing against whales, but why not balance it out with books about saving unborn human babies? Nah, after all, humans are just apes that took one more step up the evolutionary ladder. It's not like we're made in the image of God or something. Onward and downward, we find a little ginger girl on a book called I'm a Warrior Goddess. I'd call it Paganism 101. Christian mums, are you listening? The library has the potential to destroy your children's faith. But if yoga poses don't offend you, maybe the many books on witchcraft and the occult will. And yes, your older children can be messed up too. There are plenty of twisted fantasy and romance novels for them, like this one. Or 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 this one. You know what's really cool about these books too is that on the spine of them, they're actually labeled so you can tell which ones are the rainbow books. Whatever happened to cats and fiddles and cows jumping over moons? It was totally fine when the dish ran away with the spoon. But instead, so many public libraries want to fill your kids' minds with immoral stuff. Like this one here. Or this book here. And quite honestly, a lot of these books would make most adults cringe. You know, I'm not saying don't use the library, but I'm just saying maybe don't take your children to the library. Perhaps you can do reservations, which is what I do with my own children if I want a particular book. That way they don't need to go in there and discover all of these weird books on the shelf. But you know, libraries are not the only places you can find weird content. A lot of homeschool curriculums out there just have really unusual content, beliefs that they feed children that you don't even know what they're feeding them. And I've made a video on curriculum to avoid right over here.